We're the wonderful world of games.
Alright, you beautiful peoples of the interwebs, it's me, Glyn. This is CheapSkate Gaming. If you're watching it on the Rumbles or maybe you're catching a little clip on Twitter, it's the Wokeapotamus. And of course, it's the weekly freebie roundup where I grab all the free games that are going available and a lot of the deals. And we've got all sorts of things in the program. And we put them all together in one place so you can just put it on, chill out for 20 minutes, watch and see, oh, I fancy that, don't fancy that, oh, I forgot that was available, and things like that. Anyway, I'll stop yibber-yabbering and we'll get on with it. And we always start off with the Epic Game Store. So let's just pop on over there, press the right button this time. There we go. And you can see me, I'm just down in the corner here. And right, so let's pop on every week. Epic Game Stores gives away at least one free game. Where am I then? I'm in the wrong place here. I've been looking at deals in Epic Game Stores. That's what I was doing. Anyway, the free game this week is, here it is. It's Deceive Incorporated Inc. But they've also got a sort of a bundle. If you're into your Apex Legends, they got an Ash free unlock. So looks like you've got a little bit of a skin for Ash going on there. Personally, I used to love Apex Legends, but as soon as Respawn or EA, whoever decided, but you can no longer spend your Apex coins on next month's season pass. Instead, you had to buy the season pass. I gave up on it. It was like, forget it then. They're not worth it to me. Anyway, so next week looks like we're going to have the Castlevania collection going retro next week. I'm not. What was I going to say? I'm not disappointed by that. Some people would be disappointed by that. It's not one I've got, so it's always worth having it in the collection. And of course, the old Castlevania games. Some of them are considered some of the best 8-bit, 16-bit games ever made. So. I can understand people who only like brand new stuff would probably be disappointed. Should have a little click on Deceive Incorporated, just to have a look at what it is. We'll read the blurb, the hype. Go undercover as the world's greatest spies in this multiplayer game of subterfuge. Disguise as anyone, deploy high-tech gadgets, or neutralise the competition. As long as you extract with the objective, no trick is too dirty when you work for Deceive Incorporated. So I'm getting a bit of an Among Us type feel, but a 3D version of an Among Us. That's what I'm getting out of that. Yeah, there we are. But it's also got an extraction thing going on, so sounds cool. Looks okay graphically. Sort of that mid-range, half cartoony graphics, Fortnite-y style graphics. Anyway, that's your Epic Games. Let's go and have a look now at the Prime Gaming. So we're on Amazon Prime every week. They drop you a few games if you're a Prime subscriber, and you will need various accounts. You'll need an Epic Game Stores account like we just went through there previously. You'll need a GOG account, and then sometimes you will need things like a Windows account or a Legacy Games account. There's none of those ones on there today, but we'll go through now. I would like to point out, last week they dropped 2 games late, but you can still grab them, so we'll go over them now. And the 2 games they dropped late were 2 AAA titles. They did the Mafia Definitive Edition, which is basically a remake of Mafia for, I think it was remade in like 2020 or 2021. And it's the original Mafia game all being sexed up, ready for the modern consoles and modern PC. So they dropped that one. We can have a look at it. I'll show you it. I know this is, I think it's got ray tracing and everything in it. Not 100% sure, but you can see the graphics do look nice. If you don't know what Mafia is, just think of Grand Theft Auto, but in the 1920s. Very similar to it. More of a story based as well. Sort of linear story, but with an open world city to drive around. Lovely looking game, great. I think it was Game of the Year when it came out, Mafia, on the PC. But we're going back some years. There we are, look, it was released 2020. So there's Mafia and Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, Mafia was a GOG game, so that's great. Guardians of the Galaxy was an Epic Games. Now, I've already got this on Epic Games, as it's been a free Epic Games Store game last Christmas. and I really enjoyed. I've finished this. I've played it on PS5. Great game. Can't remember that scene. She's good fun actually. This woman, she's the woman you upset, so you have to go and like do all these missions to unupset her. But yeah, it's a pretty good game. I enjoyed it. Some people have said, "Oh, it's not really their thing." If I was to rate it, it's a good 8 out of 10. That's what I thought of it on the PS5. I thought it was a good 8 out of 10 game. Anyway, right, that was Guardians of the Galaxy and Mafia. Now these are the other new ones they've added from today, and that's Bang Bang Racing. So that's like a Micro Machine style game. If you have just a little quick look here, it's okay. It's not amazing. You can pick this up dead cheap from a key reseller, or I did anyway. So I already own that. And that was available that's straight off from Prime themselves. You have to need a Prime account just to drop that in. Duck Paradox. Not sure much about this game. It's on GOG. It looks like a bullet hell platformer, and let's read a bit of the description. Duck Paradox is a bouncing bullet precision platformer that will test your patience but reward your perseverance. Navigate the multiverse as scientist Dr. Paradox in search of her beloved pet ducklet. It features slow down time. I do like that little mechanic. Everyone loves the little slow down time mechanic. Solve puzzles under pressure to maintain progress. Select between 2 randomized upgrades at the end of each level. Oh, we've got that going on, have we? Shoot endless imposter ducks to find out. So you've got a little bit of what they call it, something like, don't they, roguelite. Yeah, a little bit of a roguelite it sounds like going on there. Anyway, that's cool, good. Then we've got Close to the Sun. I've already got this. I'm not sure if I've got it on GOG though. And this looks like, I think this is like a Bioshock style game. I'll read what it says. It's 1987. Deep in international waters, the Helios stands still. Dark clouds loom overhead as unforgiving waves crash against the hull. Colossal effigies of gold decorated with magnificent finery stretch as far as the eye can see. Born of Nikola Tesla's vision, the Helios serves as a haven for the greatest scientific minds, an unbound utopia for research, independent from state and isolated from the gaze of society, free to push the boundaries of matter and time. So very similar sort of story almost to Bioshock, where it's sort of a place where science has been allowed to flourish. Yeah, it definitely got a Bioshock vibe. I haven't played it though, so be interesting. I've heard good things about it. 2019 game, so quite recent. Alright, let's get back. We've then got Snakebird. This is a puzzle game. Looks quite fun actually. This is Snakebird, little puzzle game. Probably tricky to describe what goes on there, so we'll move along, other than you can tell it's a puzzle game. Dishonored Definitive Edition. Oh, GOG.com for Close to the Sun. Snakebird was Epic Games. Another GOG title here with Dishonored Definitive Edition. Great stuff. I'm very happy about this Dishonored Definitive Edition. I think I've already got them on the Epic Game stores, but Definitive Edition also has a bit of DLC, I believe. So if you've never played a Dishonored game, they're very much like the Deus Ex games, but sort of a Victorian, what they call that stuff, steampunk sort of setting. So yeah, that is looking lovely. And last but hopefully not final, Disney Pixar Cars, which I hear good things. I've never played it, but I actually hear some good things about this game. Apparently it's great fun. So quite simplified graphics. I don't think you need an amazing PC to run this. I mean, if you look at that, you can see there's no shadows under any of the cars. But there we go, Steve McQueen and his mates going around driving. I don't know if it's all just track based or if it's actually got some open world. Let's have a read. Players Lightning McQueen race car looking to win fame and fortune, the Piston Cup Championship in the video game adaptation of Disney's Pixar Cars, a racing adventure game with 10 playable characters from the film. Cars offers more than 30 races, mini games through open environments. The game includes voice talent from the movie, so listen for moral lessons from Larry the Cable Guy and comic relief from Cheech Marin. So yeah, I don't watch that much Disney stuff, but Cars I have seen, that is quite funny. Right, so yeah, that's great stuff from your added 5 extra games added there. Now, will they do the same as last week and drop 2 games or drop a game later on? I'll keep my eye out for it, and if they do this week, I had a busy week last week with all election stuff going on and all that type of thing, to do with other channels, not mine. We will do a short video, okay? I was going to do a short video, I just didn't get the time to say about it anyway. So I've only dropped 5 games this week. Don't forget they did drop another 2. Now remember that all these other games are still available. I've been playing a bit of Scorn, really enjoying a bit of Scorn. Look, you've got Plague's Tale, Death's Door, Scorn, Doom. Gotta get Doom, man. Killing Floor 2. There's Ghostbusters, Pumpkin Jack. All these games are still available to download. Look at them, loads, and the Borderlands 2. Great stuff, guys, you know? Absolutely. Make the most out of your Prime, what they call it, Prime, I've forgotten, I'm going crazy. Your Prime subscription, and make the most out of your Prime subscription. Get your games, put them in your libraries. You don't have to download them. Once it's in your library, that's it. It's in your library. You can download it at a later date. So we're going to pop along now to the Steam store, because there's always free games getting dropped on Steam. They just can't help themselves. So the way we do it is I go to the store, I drop it down to free, we go to release date, and then we click on down here games only, and essentially then all the games that have been released from today backwards, or going back in time from today, are in here. Why isn't games? Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like some DLCs were appearing then, but there we go. And what I have done is I've selected a few for you that I thought are worth checking out. So let's turn the sound down. Skill Legends Royale. This looks quite fun. It's probably a game where you can end up in-game purchases, but it looks okay. This is a free multiplayer PvP strategy game. Oh, it's PvP. Okay. That incorporates roguelike and auto chess elements. Players need to equip their auto battling heroes with the right treasures and skills, ultimately defeat all the other players and become the champion. It had quite good reviews, so I dumped it in there. It does look quite fun. So let's move on to the next one. I thought the Happy Hills Homicide. Now, content warning, this is violent to the extreme. Okay, so younger viewers' discretion is advised here, but if I just click through, we can see some. I mean, it's done in a cartoony way, so it's no worse than something, say, off South Park, but I just thought I'd drop it in there because our little character here, whoever his name is, can get quite violent with a chainsaw and knife and all sorts of things. I think, there we go, you see, okay, I think that's enough of that. Looks fun though, and again, it's quite well. 41 positive reviews on that, and it's free. Slappy Ball. Now this one's got 4,000 very positive likes on there. And what it is, I'm not 100% sure myself. It's volleyball, basically. Complete online show. And show off your handling skills, style on your opponents through skill and superior fashion. Oh, that looks pretty good actually. I don't mind a bit of a volleyball. Volleyball's been a very old video game. Video games going back to the 1980s had volleyball in them. It's as old as football, volleyball games. A lot of the old Pong games kind of incorporated volleyball in a way. Okay, so there's that. I need to add this to my library while we're here. There we go. Right. Next one up. This one looks pretty good. Haven and Hearth. Or Hearth. Haven and Hearth. This looks cool. This looks like an old school adventure game from the old days. A free-to-play MMORPG. So mass multiplayer RPG. With crafting, building, landscaping, foraging, hunting, fishing, a dash of poetry, and open PvP combat. Well, that was quite interesting. 306 very positive. Graphically looks quite nice. Not too bad. Sort of isometric 3D. All depends if you go online and get ganked straight away, or if there's people who are quite helpful on there. I would have thought a smaller game like this was probably quite helpful, I'd hope, rather than people just dumping on you all the time. Then we thought we'd... is that it? Oh dear, I've just got rid of that, have I? Yeah, okay. Okay, so that was it as far as the free games I thought I'd go through. But we want to have a little look at some of the deals. So, this isn't free now. These are deals. You've got to pay for these games. Metro series have got a massive up to 90%. And look, Metro Exodus, that was the last one they sort of released. They have just released a VR game, but this, I don't cover really the VR stuff on here. Metro Exodus, £2.64. But I think the real deal here, if you've already got... If you haven't got any of the games, Metro games, £6.21, and that's this game, the DLC, and 2 other Metro games. Or if you just want this game, Metro Exodus Gold Edition, it comes with all the DLC, and it's not even £1 more. It's like 80 pence more, and the DLC is good. I've played both. I haven't quite finished one of the DLC. It's actually quite long. It's about 4 or 5 hours of gameplay. So one of them is about 2 hours of gameplay, 3 hours. The other one's, so it adds about 7 or 8 hours extra gameplay for 80 pence. Great game, Metro Exodus. But you can get the 2033 Redux, the Last Light Redux, Metro Exodus, and its season pass for just £6.21. So that's 3 great games, three of the best PC games in a way. Plus their DLCs, and they've been redone so they sort of look better on higher end rig systems. I think that's a really good deal. I'm going to check later on to see which ones of these I have and haven't got, and I'll probably end up buying this on Steam. Yeah, so that's a good deal on Steam. Metro series 90% off. XCOM 2, £1.74. Probably one of the best strategy games of recent years. Can't really go wrong with that, can we, for £1.74? Great deal. What more to say? Not really much more to say about that. We'll move along now to Resident Evil Revelations 2, Biohazard Revelations 2 Deluxe Edition. So for £4 you get essentially 4 games, or it might be 5 games, and all this DLC. You can see I've already purchased this one, but there's an absolutely bucket load of DLC, and then you've got the game, the extra episode, then you've got the episodes 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that's more or less the content there. So it's less than £1 piece of content, and then you've just got all like clothes. Essentially it's everything rather than buying it all separately. To buy it all separately would cost £45 or something ridiculous. Yeah, I thought that was a good one. Again, that was Resident Evil Revelations 2. Ridge Racers Unbounded. Right, okay, it's getting on a bit now, but it's still a great Ridge. Some people would say it's not really a Ridge Racer game, but it's still a good driving game. And again, this is only... Oh, it's not coming up with the price. It's only about £1. Here we go, £1.59. So £1.60 for a pretty good AAA racing game. There's no video on this, is there? I'm surprised there's no video. There's lots of like shortcuts, and there's destructible. It gets a mixed review, and it's because of fans. I think it's a good game. All right, I'd ignore the mixed review. Let's have a look let's have a little look. Oh, my poor Bugbear Studio. And then you got people who like me saying it's actually a really fun arcade racer. It is like Burnout. And there we go. There you got all these. I don't know. At the end of the day, as a game, it's a good game. So is it a 100% Ridge Racer game? Maybe not. Anyway, move along. Borderlands 3, £4.99. So it's a £5 for a copy of Borderlands 3. Loads of content. Play it with your friends. 4-player co-op, or play single player. You can go through and play it multiple times. Now there is a lot of DLC with this game. If you want that, you're going to be paying £12.99. But I think the deal really here is just to get the game for a £5. If you finish the game for a £5, then you can just go back and purchase the DLC. Yeah, whatever. Okay, whatever. Right. And that was it, really. The indie doors, there are a few deals to be had. Let me just come back out of this. These are all the sales that are on now. Dying Light sale. You can still pick up the original Dying Light quite cheaply. They're doing it with the DLC now for like £6 odd. colouring game franchises. A few franchise deals to be had. There's the Metro, Jedi Survivor, Zhuang Yan Sword, whatever that is. Yeah, so there's loads of little things on there. I thought this was a pretty good one. There's some games there for like £1 or £2. Save and sound. Wish we were here. The Division. I wonder how much they're selling the Division 2 for. Let's have a little look. We are. Let's just do a little bit of research on the go. Division 2, £6.50 with the new Warlords of New York expansion. Not a bad deal at all. Division 2 includes Warlords of New York. Oh, right, sorry, £8.74 it is. If you just want the expansion, it's £6.50. So that's a pretty good deal, that. Do they do just Division 2 by itself? No, you've got to buy it with the Warlords of Expansion. Not bad, though. Not bad at all. Right, we're going to move along now. We're going to pop along to have a little look at some of the console stuff. So it was a new month in PlayStation Plus. So your PlayStation Plus games this month are Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, Ghostwire Tokyo, which was your free game from Epic Stores last week. But there we go, it's free on PS5. These are all PS5 compatible now as well. And Death Note Killer Within. Now that's a day one release. I don't know the quality of any. I'm still yet to play Ghostwire Tokyo. Hot Wheels, I played the old one. Didn't really like it that much. It's okay. Got bored of it, to be honest, very quickly. I don't know if they've improved it much on the new one. And I can't tell you what Death Note is like. It's a day one release. As far as the extra, PlayStation Extra, which is a bit like Xbox Game Pass, the PlayStation's version, there's nothing changed there. You've still got the Devil in Me on there, Gris. There's a lot more than just this. These are just what's come out for late October, early November. So we'll pop along and have a look, talking about Game Pass. Let's go and pop over to see Game Pass. Now we're on the console one. They haven't really added much other than Goat Simulator Remastered. Did it really need remastering? I don't know. And Metal Slug Tactics, that's quite new. Essentially it's Metal Slug, but done in tactical style. So if you ever played Final Fantasy Tactics, it's like chess with your little character pieces. Don't forget Black Ops 6 is still there. That's still the big one this month. And funnily, there's a lot going on with Goat Simulator, isn't there? Goat Simulator free, and then bring out Goat Simulator Remastered. It's a little bit too much goats for my liking. And of course, we've got all these other games out recently. And if we could have a look at the PC, again, it's very similar, except for we've got StarCraft added. StarCraft Remastered and StarCraft 2, along with the Metal Slug and Goat Simulator. So that's more or less your console Game Passes and subscriptions out the way. We're going to check out some deals now, some bundle deals, and we're now on the Fanatical store. And they've got a bit of a birthday bash, but these are the mystery bundles. We're not big fans of mystery. They have added recently, I believe it was this one, birthday favourites. 2 games for £6 or £5.99 I should say. 3 games for whatever that comes out with, and 5 games for £2.40. The Ascent is definitely the standout game there because it's the Cyber Edition, so it's with all the extra DLC. And I thought if you haven't got it or you haven't got them, the Broken Sword Complete Pack, I thought those 2 together is definitely worth £6. There's 5 games in that Broken Sword pack, and that's many hours of puzzling. If you have already got Broken Sword or done them all, I'm not sure which other ones. Children of Mortar's pretty cool, and then they've now made it online co-opable as well. You've got Frostpunk there. Death Trap Dungeon. This is quite an interesting one, based on the books by Ian Livingstone, Steve Jackson and all that. That's Ian Livingstone's book, and it's all narrated, so it's like basically it's read to you. I thought that was quite interesting. So yeah, 2 of those games for £6, but definitely the standout there is Ascent, and then just choose one other game of your choice, I would. But they have just released a brand new one, just launched, the Platinum Collection Build Your Own Bundle. Let's have a look, and again we got 3 games for a tenner. I was looking on here, there's nothing that really sort of floats my boat on here, but there we are, 10 dates. Oh god, I couldn't stand going on one of those, I don't think. Cardboard Kings was given away on Epic Games recently. Do Not Feed the Monkeys has been given away for free. I think Brewmaster has as well. So there's a lot of these games made in Sker. You can pick up that pretty cheap. I don't think it's particularly... They haven't had particularly great deals on Fanatical for a while now. The Frightmare one, even that, again, I've shown this one last week. Again, that's about the same, 666. The Chant, I suppose, and one other game would be the deal there. But yeah, there's not much happening in the old Fanaticals for a while. I'll let you know when something really good comes up on there. We're going to pop along to Humble Bundle because, let me go back, it's a change of month, so they've changed the choice. Now again, this is a subscription model. You pay about £8 a month in the UK, but they chuck all these games. And once you've had a month, that's it, you own the games. You don't need to keep subscribing. You can basically download them on Steam, and then they're yours to keep forever on Steam. And this month they're chucking away with the subscription 40,000 Warhammer 40,000 Dark Tide. They're chucking in with that Persona 4 Golden. Let me just get this right. There. Pardon me. There we go. And that's a classic Persona game. I'm not a big fan of Persona games, but if you've never played them, I suppose that's a good place to start. They've also chucking away Lamplighter's League. Not quite sure what that's about, but there you go. Cassette Beast. Now I did look; they're all well-rated games in Steam. This one's 96% positive, so they are loved games. Then, so they're not giving you any old crap. They have at least garnered those games and checked them out. The next one then, Bookwalker, Thief of Tales. Yeah, okay. Karamazoo. This one looked quite fun actually. They're not showing any graphics of it. That one looked quite fun, that Karamazoo. Hexarchy Deck Builder. So that's like some sort of puzzly deck builder. And finally, I thought this one looked quite fun. Garden Life, a cozy simulator. Proper chill game. I don't mind a chill game. Every now and again I love a good chill game. Only 79% positive though, but I looked at it, it did look pretty good. Looked pretty chill to me. Right, and then finally we're going to go and check out some of the Humble Bundle deals. I can't remember what was last week's one, but they have added this one. I think this is. I think we went through this last week. The Generation Zero. Now, to me, the deal is ignore all the DLC because it just adds weapons. The weapons which are in the game anyway, but they're just like pretty ones. Just go for the 77 pence and get the game. Generation Zero, great game. Better on PC, I would say. It did have a PS5 update to run at 60 frames a second on PS5, but I think it was a couple of quid to buy. It was a few quid at least to get the game. But here we are on PC. Play whatever frame rate you want for 77 pence. So that's a deal. The other ones they've added is RuneScape. Now this is specialised. If you're a RuneScape player, you're probably thinking, oh, this is a good deal. I'm not, and I don't know what they're giving away here. This all looks like gibberish to me. But we've got some pets, a scimitar, a shield, some 100 keys and 420 coins. And I think it's a month's worth, is it? Something? I think you can get it all for 15 quid. If you're a RuneScape, let me know if there's anything good to be had there, because I haven't got a clue. The horror collection, this is a good deal. I think we went through this last week, but £15.40. You've got all four off the Dark Pictures anthology games. Love these games, really good. And then you also get the Little Nightmares with one of them's got the DLC as well. That is a good deal. That is a good deal. That's a good bundle deal. I should have bought it last week. I still haven't bought it. And I thought there was another new one, but no, apparently it's not. I think it's just the RuneScape. So, House Flipper. Can you have a look at this one? And again, this is just the game, and it's the game and the VR for £3.85. The rest are just DLCs. Make of that what you win. £11.55 for everything. I don't know if the DLCs add much to the game or if they're just cosmetic. It looks like they actually add levels, so that could be worth it. So let's round this up then. So not a bad month, great month again for Amazon. Epic Game Stores, I don't know what that Deceived Ink is like, any good or not. So what else do we think? Some good deals there on Steam. Anyway, I think I'm not going to blabber on too much. I'm getting a bit of a sore throat actually, and I just thank you for joining me. If you've reached this far, all I ask you is just punch the old thumbs up and give me a thumbs up if you found this anything useful. I'm using a new camera. It's a 4K camera, but I don't know if I need to go in and brighten it if it's too dark in this room or whatever. I've got lights on and got bright lights on, but it does look a little bit pasty or a little bit darkened. Anyway, I think we'll get out of here. So this has been Glyn. I've been Glyn. This has been CheapSkate Gaming or Woke Optimus. I've been Glyn. This has been your weekly freebie roundup, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you for joining me. Ta-da.
You know the name. They got the games that won't break the bank, so come on over and join the crew. They'll show you how to game and save money too. CheapSkate Gaming, yeah, you know the name. They got the games that won't break the bank, so come on over.